unsurprisingly, there are numerous Easter eggs and cultural references peppered throughout the game of Fallout 4. One of the few terrifying things that you won't find in the Commonwealth are sharks, but that didn't stop the developers from creating this reference to the unforgettable scene from Jaws, using a mutant dolphin, a skeleton, and Quint's trademark blue bandana. Do you remember Mayor McCready from Little Lamplight?
I don't like strangers or mungos.
Well, he's all grown up now and can even become your companion. He'll also yell out,
"Tunnel snake, roll!" Sorry, I heard that a long time ago.
Another reference to Fallout 3.
If you mess with the tunnel snakes, you're asking for it. Got me?
The BADRLF regional office contains terminals that are packed with movie and TV characters who have been arrested. From Sons of Anarchy's Opie to Jake from the Blues Brothers, they were all imprisoned in the month of September 2077, and their personal effects are listed.
Oops, black, belt, black.
However, it's not just the anti-heroes who are hidden in the Bureau's terminals. Two of movie history's greatest cops are found in the writings of an officer who is complaining about being
too old for this shit.
And loose cannon officers playing by their own rules. Interestingly, the symbols drawn on a chalkboard are similar to those drawn by Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting. In the Gwinnett Brewery, you can find a terminal in a bar with a list of names who have open tabs at the bar. On the list are Samuels J. and McMurdoch M. Most likely references to Samuel L. Jackson, who plays
Nick Fury, director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
and Matt Murdock, the alter ego of Daredevil. Unless you're a South Park fan, you probably wouldn't have gotten the joke about meeting your faithful companion, Dogmeat, at Red Rocket. But you should probably look away now if you're easily offended.
Red Rocket! Come on, dog, Red Rocket! Ah! Whoa, cool! That's awesome! I told you guys.
East of Cambridge Police Station is a cathedral. Inside is a hostile priest who attacks you on sight called Father Gabe, most likely a reference to Father Gabriel of The Walking Dead.
Satan. He disguises himself as the Angel of Light.
Fallout 4 is not the first game in the series to contain Blade Runner references, but with the synths playing a major role, it certainly contains the most. First, the noodle stand in Diamond City is run by a robot who will only speak in Japanese.
What are you saying?
No,
4224.
And noodles.
The newer version of the GOAT test is now called the SAFE test, and it's another reference to the movie as well as the previous game. The questions are eerily similar to those from Fallout 3, but they are now used to identify synths trying to get into the town.
Your grandmother invites you to tea, but you're surprised when she gives you a pistol and orders you to kill someone. What do?
I'd ask for a minigun, so I can do the job right.
This is similar to the Voight-Kampff test from Blade Runner, which was used to identify replicates.
Let me tell you about my mother.
However, the biggest Blade Runner tribute of all can be found on a rooftop in the Slog, where someone has recreated the final scene from the movie between Deckard and Roy.
Time to die.
Fallout 4 is set in Boston, and as you might expect, lots of landmarks from the city have found their way into the game. The Paul Revere Monument, the Massachusetts State House, Skull A Square, and Bunker Hill Memorial all make an appearance, but probably Boston's most famous landmark also turned up in the game, the bar from Cheers, complete with the corpses of all your favorite characters. Fenway Park can also be found in the game. The home of the Red Sox isn't looking its best after the war, but you can still make out its famous red seat amongst the wreckage of the stands. If you listen to the television at the start for long enough, you'll find out that in Fallout 4's timeline, they never won the World Series in 2004.
Texas and deliver their first World Series victory since 1918.
Edgar Allan Poe was a Boston native, so it's pretty cool that the developers created a hidden reference to his short story, The Cask of Amontillado, in which a man buries his friend alive. A long-running joke throughout the game are the teddy bears, which can be found doing everything from driving buses to reading a paper on the toilet. This last one could also be a reference to the movie Ted.
You ever hear a Boston girl have an orgasm? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Had it! Oh god, that was so good!
If anything remains of Stonehenge in England, we don't know, but Fallout 4's Boston has its own version made from the rusted remains of various cars. Codsworth might seem like the well-mannered robot butler we all wish we had, but he actually has a foul mouth on him sometimes.
Mr. Bastard, Mr. Assface, Mr. Boob, Mr. Titty.
Someone at Bethesda clearly has a love of the works of H.P. Lovecraft, as their previous games have often contained references to the Cthulhu mythos, and Fallout 4 is no exception. Deep inside the Dunwich Borers, you can find a pool of irradiated water, which if you dive into, you can find a unique dagger. The location, flashbacks, and even what appears to be part of the face of a giant statue can all be linked to the works from the mythos. Todd Howard is the executive producer and game director at Bethesda Studios, but in the Fallout universe, he was Napoleon, and you can find this picture in the Dugout Inn situated in Diamond City. Did you know you can actually call Vault-Tec in real life? The number on the calendars will actually work, and you'll actually get through to this automated message.
Thank you for calling Vault-Tec, your first choice in post-nuclear survival.
There are a few video game references scattered throughout the world as well. Many of them are actually mini-games for your Pip-Boy. Atomic Command is similar to Missile Command. Red Menace is pretty much Donkey Kong. Pitfall is Pitfall, and Zeta Invaders is Space Invaders. There is even an old-school text-based adventure called Grognak the Barbarian and the Ruby Ruins. A subtle reference to Fallout 3 can be found in the name of this rusted old motorcycle. The Lone Wanderer is the title given to the protagonist in the earlier game. Another reference is the Fairline Hill Estate location. Its layout and appearance are eerily similar to Tranquility Lane, one of the most creepy moments from the previous title.
I said I want to play a game.
That's all the Easter eggs we have time for today, but there are a ton more to be found, so head over to fallout.gamepedia.com to find out even more and let us know in the comments below what your favorites are. As always, this has been Dash for Curse saying thanks for watching and enjoy the game.
Tunnel snakes rule. We're the tunnel snakes. That's us. And we rule.